coming to you from twitch.tv/SidLulz with a Z. The It's Late Show with Sid Lulz. Tonight, Aristotle, that's T-H-O-T, a surprise musical guest featuring Sid, Spotify, and chat. Tonight's episode, Jerking Yourself is the Beginning to All Wisdom. Now here is Sid Lulz.
Good evening, and welcome to the It's Late Show with Sid Lulz.
Hello. How's it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I thought I looked way too tall for the frame, but it's just the hat. It's just the hat. How's everybody doing this evening? I am Sid Lulz. This is the It's Late Show. Welcome. I hope we're all doing well this evening. Thank you. Thank you. But it's that time. Monologue. Fifth episode. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. Right. Fifth episode. Just letting you know, I want to remind everyone, I can't see the chat. I did see Chicken Stalker, Drachmus, Yanni, and Great Crush were here though. So much love, y'all. We got Aristotle on tonight. Very exciting. Awesome guy. Love that I could get him on here. I think it'd be a fun guy to talk to. You know, I think this is gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be really nice. But monologue, right? What does monologue mean? You know, like, is that monologue? Is that like one log? Because if you know me, I've I've dropped a few logs today, if you know what I'm saying. Definitely more than one. So I'll give you the multi-log today, if you know what I mean. But I wish you all an excellent. Thank you. A little late there, drummer. I'm on to you. I wish you all an excellent Falkland Island Day. By the way, this is the celebrates the day that Falkland Island gained its independence. Today, August 14th. And you know, Aristotle's here. We got a secret musical guest coming on. Who the fuck could that be? Do you know? Yeah! Did any of you know? I don't know. But anyway, speaking of August 14th, let's go ahead and see what happened today. Well, let's see. So in 1885, on August 14th, Japan gave the first patent in their country to the inventor of a rust-proof paint. His name was Hata Zuisho. Not a joke. But he did beat my pronunciation of this is going to be a joke. Takabayashi Kinzo's tea processing machine. Fucking Zuishu just skirted that rust-proof paint right by him. Well, which gets me like, who was in charge at the time that was like, you know what, the tea machines can wait. Let's get the rust-proof paint. I guess that's good. Go with that's good. You know, rusty paint sounds like it can get a little hairy, if you know what I'm saying. And then in 1893, August 14th, France was the first country to require vehicle registration on your car. So that means France is the reason why there's that weird guy who drives his lawnmower down the road every day. All right, I'm gonna remember that. You know, yeah, that's true. It's true. Wow. Fuck them, man. I hate going to the DMV. We really gotta do this shit? I guess it's good. Oh, whatever. In 1935, August 14th, Franklin Delano Roosevelt started. Franklin Delano Roosevelt started Social Security. It's that funny little number people ask for all the time from you. You know what I'm saying? Like anytime you're just on the internet or anytime you get a call from someone, they're just always asking for that Social Security number. My question is, why can't you laminate the Social Security cards? It's am I right? It's made of just the shittiest paper on earth, and they're like, if you laminate it, you can't use it. It's like, who the fuck? Come on, get it together, Jesus. August 14th, 1959. The AFL began. That's a football league for any of you non-sports folks out there. Football is called a football because the ball is shaped like a foot? Am I right? Or is it because, like, your foot ends up touching balls? It's something like that. But it's good stuff. Good stuff. AFL. Yeah, and they're still rocking it to this day. Hold on. I've been told the AFL disbanded very quickly after they came around, so never mind. Anyway, famous birthdays today. This one's interesting. So I have four that pretty notable. I have Steve Martin. I have Magic Johnson. Insert joke here. Mila Kunis and Tim Tebow. But then I had yeah. Happy birthday to everyone. Thank you for the applause. Good people. But then we have one that I wrote down from the late 1800s named Dick Tiger. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember what the significance of Dick Tiger was. I think he might have been a boxer, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody look that. Jamie, can you pull that up? But all I know is it was a really cool name. So Dick Tiger, thank you. Dick Tiger's birthday is today. I don't know I don't think they're still with us, but R.I.P. Dick Tiger. Got a dick like a tiger. Never mind. All right. Anyway, Wi-Fi 7 in internet news. Sorry, we're done with history. In internet news, Wi-Fi 7 is supposed to be coming out within the next year. Yeah, oh yeah. That's how I feel about good Wi-Fi, I tell you what. So Wi-Fi 7 is apparently coming out next year. A lot of people aren't even on Wi-Fi 6 at this point, let alone Wi-Fi 6E, which, as I'm reading this article, I don't know what the fuck Wi-Fi number I'm on. Like, I didn't even know, like, they came in number systems. And then, the article I read just when I was looking at what's the difference with Wi-Fi 7, what's going to be cool about it, they were just like, well, it's faster. It's going to be faster. I'm just like, all right, that's cool, I guess. Like, it's, so many cool things come out, and new things come out, got so much cool shit. And with Wi-Fi, I mean, I guess that is all it's gonna, it's gonna just be faster. All right, well, what the fuck ever. Anyway, in social media news, so after Howie Mandel's TikTok incident involving anuses, just one. I know. Got a lot of love for anuses in the crowd. That's cool. Involving anuses, so apparently Tommy Lee had decided to get on the tweet and show his bird, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean he whipped out his dick and took a picture of it, put it on Twitter. It was up for, God, not like almost a full day, 24 hours. And everything I saw on Twitter was people saying they had to go look to make sure the picture was there. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was. Just to make sure. Oh, I just wanted to see if that really happened. Yeah. I know. I see y'all Twitter. I know what y'all are up to. In Facebook news, Facebook blows ass apparently. Like, who the fuck knew? Am I right? Apparently, Gen Z is, quote, over Facebook. Aren't we all? But 71% of teens used Facebook in 2015. Now, only 32% do. Now everyone is using Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. Well, I tell you what, I am actually using Snapchat, Instagram, and TikTok. So that means I am still cool. Am I right? Am I right? I'm still hip. I'm still, yeah, I'm still no cap. No cap. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of TikTok, TikTok people, apparently, thank you. I know. I'm glad too. TikTok people, apparently are on the hunt, based on a couple, Tic Tacs I've seen. People want the Queen's... People are trying to find the Queen's nudes. So, yeah, apparently people on TikTok want to see the Queen naked. So, can I get an applause in the crowd from anyone who would like to see the Queen of... Alright, yeah, okay, I see you. I see the screaming person. I feel you. Is there anybody else here that would like to clap? Queen naked. Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad. I was half expecting it to happen. Alright, and then in Twitch news, streamer BB Jess has announced an award show for small streamers. And I just want to say, if she's a small streamer, then...
What the hell, man? How are you going to do that right now?
I'm just... what, I can't just talk about things? Jesus. But if BB Jess is a small streamer, shit, I must be a micro streamer, am I right? You know, we only get small batch stuff here. Micro batch. Here at the Sid Lulz stuff. But you know, it's crazy though, right? She's got a fucking awards show. What'd she steal that from? The Academy Awards, am I right? Hey, thank you. I don't know what that is. I can't see anything. What is that?
Hey Druid Andrew. Thanks for coming.
Hey, thank you for the follow. I'm just kidding, by the way. I know she didn't. I mean, fuck. If she stole that idea from anyone, I stole this idea from fucking Johnny Carson. All right, fucking shit. Whatever. Speaking of stealing from Johnny Carson, Samwich has a new late night show happening right now. Right this very moment. There's another late show, same time slot, same everything. You know, I don't know what's going on over there. Maybe I'll go check it out later in a VOD. I'm kind of curious. I want to see what what's going on. But you know, if yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm telling everyone the news is. All right. But if both of us keep being this awesome and doing late shows like this, like, you know, one of us is gonna have to change. You know, like time slots. I don't think we wear the same clothing.
Where are you?
I'm right here.
What the fuck are you doing?
Right here. Right. We're doing the thing. I'm right here. Twitch has also announced mask and vaccine requirements for their upcoming convention. I just want to point out this is good. Because if I happen to be at that con, which I will not be this year, but, you know, there are going to be other awesome people like me, you're going to want to have that mask on so you can keep this sweet, stinky musk out of your face that I got going on, you know. Like all the stinky farts and all the armpit sweat I got, yeah, you're going to want a mask for that. And if I'm one thing, yeah, everybody else, who knows? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And then also in last Twitch news, yours truly, Sid Lulz, is going to be on the only game show this Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Pacific. It will be a new style show they have just started doing this past week. Looks really fun. I got to tune in for a little bit. It's kind of got like a Mario Party spin on things. I'm going to go in and wreck shit. So if everyone wants to come in, watch me just wipe the floor with the competition. You know, I shouldn't say. I'm probably going to lose. Just since I said that, I'm just going to I'm going to get 0 points. Nah. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So tune in Friday evening. And then, yeah, you know, fucking secret musical guest, Aristotle. We got Wanderbread's clip of the week coming right fucking now. You know what it is. It's the It's Late Show. It's episode 5. Let's go.
It's time for your secret musical guest. Hey everyone. I'm Sid Lulz, and hi Kobe Club. I just wanted to play a song for everybody. I don't know why did not work. Anyway. Silly. Can y'all hear? Hold on. Oh, there we go. Can y'all hear the sound alert? Boo, get off the stage. I'm sorry. I have a song. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, smile from a veil? Did you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? Year after year, thank you, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fears? I wish you were here. Thank you. Thank you all. That was just a little ditty. I don't know if y'all have heard of that one before.
it's a little song by a band. It was called the Floyd of Pinks. Floyd of Pinks. So we are going to you did a lot. Well, thank you. Elitist, welcome. So I'm going to go be right back. I'm gonna run an ad, and then we are gonna have fucking Aristotle. So I'll be right back.
It's time.
Oh God.
Flip of the week.
And now, what you've all been fucking waiting for, it's ARISTHOTTLE! Let's fucking go. I always set this too long of a space. Alright, there we go. Hey, there we go. Yeah, and oh shit! I forgot to do the thing. Duh. Boom! There he is! Look at that! What's up, dude? How you doing today, man?
How's it going? It's okay. It's hot as hell here. It's the summer. I live in the southwestern desert.
Yeah.
I'm feeling all right.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, dude, I know a little thing about heat, man. It's southeastern US, southwestern US. It's just death. It's fucking awful. But
I wish I had a leather jacket, like I was saying. Because I still really want to have a Halloween with you.
Yeah,
you're like 6'6".
No, 6'3", 6'3".
Well, I'm like 5'6".
Okay, yeah,
I think we could do the Dr. Evil mini-me thing.
Dude, I would absolutely be down. Like, yes, please. You're trying to, dude. I will say actually, leather jackets are cool too because you don't you would think with how like heavy a leather jacket is, that it would be like heat retaining, but like, dude, my leather jacket doesn't retain heat fucking at all. Like that shit, it'll be cool forever. Yeah, man, for sure. But so you're getting ready to go back to school, right? Like,
yeah, I'm not ready, but we start the 22nd.
22nd? Okay. And did you have a good summer? Did you do anything cool this summer?
No, the summer was crazy busy. So like I wasn't sure that I was going to stay in academia. So I started out studying for the LSAT, which is the law school admissions test.
Okay.
And that sucked. That was like a month and a half of studying and taking the exam. And then I was applying for jobs. And eventually I got the job where I'm at now. I don't really have too much of my shit because I just moved.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
So between like summer teaching, moving, applying for jobs, taking the LSAT, and then some other personal stuff, my summer was not very restful.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like, yeah.
Well, just to get everyone up to speed, if anyone doesn't know, Aris, what do you you teach, correct? What is it you teach?
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know me, my name is Aristotle, and I have a PhD in philosophy. And so I spend, I guess, a lot of my time teaching ethics and ancient Greek philosophy at different universities.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing that?
Well, so as just like as a full-time job, this will be my 4th year. But I mean, I've been in school for a very long time.
Gotcha. So like you've just been involved in like academia for a while. Am I right?
Yeah, so I got my bachelor's from 2005 to 2009. Then I did a master's from 2009 to 11. Then I did a Fulbright in Germany. And then I came back and like did random stuff for a couple of years. And then my PhD took 5 years. And then now this is my 4th year of being a professor.
Gotcha. Damn, that's awesome. So, well, or I guess that's my next. My next question was: is college a scam?
Is college a scam? I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you mean by scam and kind of like what you're going for. Man, that's. I
had to get the college question out of the way early. I just we gotta get through it.
It's tough to say because like in the U.S. we're in a really weird historical time where it just costs so much money, right? Mm-hmm. I think the average student loan debt is something like, what is it, 15 to 30K? That average
it's
range?
Insane, yeah.
Whereas like other countries, so for example, I said I lived in Germany for a year, they charge, if anything, usually nothing, but if anything, about 500 euros a semester. and that means like a whole half year. So basically, you pay nothing to go to college, and that's not just in Germany; it's in Sweden and Finland, the Netherlands, and a bunch of other spots. The U.S. is really weird too because even at the Ivy League, so like Yale or whatever, back in the '60s, I think you could afford tuition at Yale with a part-time job. So it's only recently that tuition has become just like this really unfathomably expensive thing, and it doesn't go away.
Yeah, and that's true. I mean, I am based on what I'm like just a couple years younger than you. And I mean, I watched it growing up. Within 3 years, I watched in-state tuitions double, like, you know, that kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess tuition does definitely play a role in it. But do you enjoy you enjoy what you're doing? Like, how did you get into like philosophy?
Yeah, so it's hard to say. I mean, I've thought about this too. I think a big part of it is luck. But you know, the other part is I was like devoutly religious when I was a kid. I still am like somewhat religious, but not wild about it. And so when I went to college, I started taking a lot of religious studies classes. And then I figured out that that wasn't actually what I liked at all. And just by chance, I happened to take an ethics class and just stuck with it. And I think it's also a case of people just saying, hey, you're pretty good at this. Why don't you stick with it? And so I did. And here I am. And I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. Obviously, I could have stopped at any moment, but I didn't. I just went with it.
So it was something you kind of got into while you were already in like college, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
like neither of my parents graduated college or anything. I am from the middle of nowhere, Texas. If you know where Amarillo is, which is a small city, I'm not even from there. I'm from one of the small towns like an hour outside of it. And I had no fucking clue. I mean, like I knew almost nothing going into college. Yeah, and really that ethics course my first semester was what drew me in, and that's kind of the subject that I kept studying. And I've studied a lot of other stuff since then, but that's kind of what happened.
Nice. I know a song about Amarillo. That's about it.
Yeah.
Were there any other kind of career choices you had thought about or anything? Like, so if you were already in college, did you already have something in mind to do before you pursued staying in academia?
No, I mean, I was really lucky that so like my parents basically just said, look, just get a college degree. Don't be like us. So my mom was mostly a homemaker,
Gotcha.
but she worked odd jobs like front desk at hotels or room, you know, the people who clean like room service, like they clean the rooms. My dad worked all his life at an oil refinery. He started out painting industrial as an industrial painter, and then he worked his way up to an industrial mechanic. And even though he really loved his job, he would just be like, look, there's no reason for you, Eris, to bust your ass, you know, when it's below freezing or when it's summer being in like 130-degree industrial machinery. Just like do something, go on and get your doctorate, you know. My parents didn't really know what advice to give. Now there are others, so like I know I don't look it, especially with my shirt off. I'm Hispanic, but I feel like a lot of my other friends, they either had parents like mine, or they had parents who said become a doctor or become a lawyer or an engineer or something like that. But my parents didn't tell me to do that, and so I don't know. I just stuck with.
Oh, it was just like get into the school and just find your way from there, kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you know, like I'm pretty good at talking. I'm good at relating to people. I'm good at arguing. So a lot of people have told me to go into law. And that's why I took the LSAT. I didn't do very well on the exam, by the way. Like, I don't want to make it. I think I scored a 150 something, which is not a very good score, by the way. That's like barely in the 50th or the 60th percentile. I can't remember the thing. So it's not very good. It's very medium. But I talked to a lot of my friends who did go to law school, and I had one friend especially who told me, Eris, if you go to law school, you're going to kill yourself. Because you're going to think it's bullshit. You're going to see like just the worst of capitalistic behavior, or you're going to work yourself to death. And I talked with another friend who did a different type of law. He said basically the same thing. I talked to an older gentleman who had been like a lifetime corporate lawyer, and he said, don't do it. But I do have two friends that told me to do it. My only friends who liked law are people who work for the government, because it's basically like a 9-to-5 job and they get paid decently well. It's not glamorous, but they're pretty okay with it. So it's kind of interesting. After I had all of those conversations with different people, it gave me pause, because I was thinking I was going to leave academia, but now I have this job, and we'll just sort of see what's going on.
You think is that just like the difference between, I guess, prosecution versus defense attorney kind of stuff? Because like, I guess
it's kind of a mix. So one of the first guy that I talked with, he was a corporate lawyer, and basically, whenever you're a corporate lawyer, you work for Fortune, probably like 100 company, probably even smaller than that, and they're the like gigantic companies that pay to do your contracts, and all you're doing is writing contracts to make sure that mergers and acquisitions happen or whatever else. It's more complicated than that, but more or less, you're the gopher for a bunch of corporate people. And so it's not that, any given day is just going to beat you to hell. It's that anytime any of the people that you're assigned to tells you to do something, you immediately have to do it, and you have to put in as many hours as possible. And on top of that, you're probably billing 1,800 to 2,000, maybe a little bit more hours, depending on what law firm you're working in, per year. And that's just like billable hours. That's not how many hours it takes to, get the client or to wait around for work or whatever else. And so that was like the corporate thing. They basically own you. The upside is you start out making over $200,000 a year. That's not bad, right?
Yeah. Sure.
If you go into something where you go into the courtroom, so they call those litigators, there it is more intense, because once you know that you have a case and once you know that it's going to court, it's just 24/7 prep, because you know that your adversaries are going to go just as hard on you, and you don't want to lose the case. And so I think that's a little bit different. They're kind of like the litigators, whether it's criminal law or whatever else, they tend to be bulldogs, ruthless kind of people. It's really intense stuff.
Gotcha. Well, to get out of the, I guess, more, job kind of things with school, did you have anything? What's the coolest or craziest thing that has happened while you have been on a college campus that you could think of? Like, just any like parties that you've gone to that got like a little out of hand, or maybe like a semi-famous sports person who did something crazy happened.
This is something that I wonder about in life. In fact, one of my exes, she kind of, I think she felt bad for dating me because she was like my first girlfriend and everything. I was not romantically successful. I had no one who was interested in me really until college. But like all I did was hang out in libraries pretty much. I mean, I would like go out to eat or like have beers with friends or whatever. But for the most part, I'm like a pretty boring person. Now I like tried to stay busy and get involved in extracurriculars and founded groups and, participated in journals or whatever else, but nothing really crazy. And the point of all that is, I think I wasted my youth. I don't know if you ever heard the saying, waste is youth, youth is wasted on the young. If I went back and lived my life with what I know now, I think I would have gone to more parties. I probably would have had sex with more people. I would have, lived a little bit more sensual of a life instead of just spending time in the library.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, no, dude, that's completely cool. Shit. The times the times that cool things happened that I knew of ended up being bad. It's one of those things, bad times end up being cool to look at later kind of shit. Less good all the time. But all right, and then we got to ask this, who is your favorite philosopher?
I mean, my namesake
is
Aristotle. I think had most his ethics is something that I really really love. Yeah, that's who I would go with for sure.
Now, my question though, with your namesake, is if Aristotle was alive today, would Aristotle be a thought?
No. Basically, people didn't like him. He was a rich kid from an outskirt part of Greece. His dad was part of the court of that kingdom. His mom was from a really rich family. He had a lot of money, so they were able to send him to Athens to study under Plato. It was a really big deal, right? And then he became tutor to Alexander the Great. But one of the sources describes Aristotle as beady-eyed and thin-calved, which in Greece it's like super masculine, hyper masculine type shit. So if you describe someone as like they wear fine clothes and they have thin calves and they have beady eyes, you're basically in an underhanded way calling them ugly and effeminate and annoying. So I don't think that he would have been a thought.
No.
Whereas Plato, Plato was known as a wrestler, and he was from a very wealthy family. And so I'm thinking Plato was out there fucking. I think if I had to pick like one fuck in the ancient world, it might have been Plato.
Playthato.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, hell yeah. All right. We'll get off. Look, if anyone has questions for Aristotle about philosophy, it's literally all I know. It's literally all he does. Go follow Aris. I'll do shout outs at the end of this, and then everyone calm the fuck down too. Jesus Christ. All right. Anyway, how did you get into Twitch?
I don't know what originally led me to it. I'd seen a few things here and there. My first Twitch name was Slather Me Shrek. I remember trying to think of the most memey and disgusting name I could come up with, and that was the best that I came up with.
Dude, that's amazing. Is that available now?
Probably.
Dude, Slather Me Shrek?
Slather Me Shrek, yeah.
Oh my god.
And I had this, eventually I had like this friend named Rise Above, and she was a Fortnite streamer. And so I would just like hang out in her streams because it was like pretty small stream. She's like a really cool girl. So we would hang out with her friends. And then eventually I started to get into the IRL sort of just chatting kind of shit.
Okay.
And my favorite streamer there, without a doubt, was Japandi Jones. Japandi Jones still streams.
I follow Japandi, yes.
He's bizarre. He's smart.
Yeah.
He's just like everything about him. I'm totally into. And there I met a few other people. One Way Cafe, who's another. Now she's doing like a lot of poker streams, but she used to do a lot of just chatting because she has a couple of graduate degrees too. And so, and I see Broken Toilet Seat in chat, and he's kind of like. I met him through One Way Cafe. Oh, okay. And so through seeing these people, I eventually got the idea to stream myself. I tried to do like more structured lectures, not like intense stuff, but like intro level stuff, and it didn't work out. And then eventually my channel got enough followers to where I can pretty much just log on and chat with whoever comes in. And that format has worked much better for me than trying to do something more structured.
Sure. Okay. So I was going to ask first favorite streamer. So Japandi, and then so inspiration to start streaming yourself. So you just kind of like built kind of like a community, just hanging out in like the IRL communities back in the day, pretty much. And then okay,
I think so. I mean, it's hard to say. I really don't know. You know, Rise Above, obviously, she and all of her friends helped me. One Way Cafe, Japandi Jones occasionally would drop in. Not very often. It's not like he would interview or say a lot of comments or whatever else. And so I think through that, I finally amassed a little bit of a following. Also in philosophy right now, there's a big push for what's called public philosophy. Mm-hmm. And public philosophy is just trying to make sure that we interact with people who aren't just going to the universities. I think that's really important. I mean, philosophy wasn't always just happening inside of universities. There weren't universities in ancient Greece, right? And so I like interacting with normal people. And in fact, I find a lot of academics like pretty detached and not all that interesting. So I'd much rather talk with normal people, I think.
That's actually really awesome. I never even really thought of that. That is pretty sick. So did you ever get into like video games at all? Have you been like you a gamer at all? Like I mean, I don't know, like just being on Twitch, it's just one of those things. Do you play video games at all?
So not really. I mean, a little bit. So when I was younger,
Okay.
I would watch my friends play video games more than I would play them myself. I think the only game that I was good at when I was younger was Mortal Kombat. Like I loved Mortal Kombat. But pretty much any other game I was like shitty at.
So like first, what was your first Mortal Kombat game? Did you get one?
Yeah, I think the Sega Genesis was our first system at my family. So I think the original Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis.
I'm not saying Heagle. Everyone calm down. All right. No, that's okay. No, that's a good one. I had the Genesis. I like the Genesis. But
I mean, if you want to talk more about video games, I have the most hours in two games. One is called PlanetSide 2, which is free to play.
Okay.
And one is Rust. Now, I haven't played Rust in years, but I put a couple hundred hours into that for sure.
Oh, nice. I actually have played Rust, but
honestly, it's a horrible game. It's not optimized. It takes forever to load. And the fan base is like one of the most toxic fan bases I've ever seen in video games. Like just the number of like racist and horrible shit like that people say. Yeah, it's a really brutal game, but there was something about it that I was drawn to. I don't know, maybe it was slightly.
Well, it is. I mean, it's that kind of, it's it's Minecraft aesthetic kind of thing. Like I'm a big Minecraft guy. I felt as soon as I played Rust, I was like, oh, this is just like more intricate Minecraft. So,
Pretty much. Yeah.
All right, here's what I've been waiting for. So I've noticed just from you coming in and requesting songs. I've also seen some shirts. I think we've talked about it on your streams a couple times. You like music, specifically punk, metal. What all are you like a I listen to everything kind of guy, or are you kind of like a punk metal guy? That's all you've only really requested like really old school punk kind of shit from me, which is great. But what is
well, so when I was a kid, I can remember losing my shit over a few CDs. One, I can't remember which album this was, with Boys to Men. I fucking love Boys to Men.
Hell yeah.
And one time I remember visiting my grandparents in New Mexico, because that's where my family is originally from. And, we took like a boombox or whatever. And looking back, I bet this was really fucking hilarious. Because when I was a kid, I had like really light hair. And I always had a bowl cut. I looked like fucking Chris Farley. And my mom was like, hey, why don't you sing some songs to your grandma, right? And so I remember singing like that like Boys to Men songs like, I'll make love to you like you want me to. Yeah, and I didn't think about it when I was a kid. I didn't know what the fuck that meant. And so my grandma was probably just like standing there like, what the fuck? My mom was smiling the whole time, right? So now looking back, now I know why she was like laughing about that. So I loved Boys to Men. I loved the Spice Girls. Okay. Like a typical Latino thing, especially in Chicano culture, is the golden oldies. So talking like 1950s. I don't know if you know the singer Dion. That kind of shit that my dad would play in the car. Santana, he loves Santana.
Oh yeah, Santana.
Texas Tornadoes, bunch of that shit. But my coming of age, as far as music, probably didn't happen until. Do you know what GT is? The Gifted and Talented program.
I don't think so. No.
So like in certain elementary schools, especially in public schools, they'll have GT or Gifted and Talented. And so they'll try and identify the nerdy kids, right? And at least in my school district, they bussed I think there were 4 elementary schools in my hometown. And they bussed all of the kids from the different elementary schools to one common site to get just like supplemental education stuff. And that started, I think, in 3rd grade, and then it goes through 6th grade. And then once you hit middle school, it's a free for all kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the interesting things about that GT program was we had field trips every single year, like kind of, I think, in the summers to go somewhere. So like I said, I'm from in the Amarillo area. I think one time we went to like New Mexico. Another time we went up to Colorado. Just a bunch of other places. And I remember this other guy, shout out Matt. I won't give his last name, but he was a year or 2 older than me. And he was listening to some stuff on the bus. And I mean, we had at least like a 5 or 6 hour bus ride. And I was like, man, what do you listen to? And he's like, oh, I'm listening to some Metallica. And he's like, oh, why don't you check it out, right? And so he I can't remember what album it was, but that changed everything. Listening to Metallica changed everything. And starting at about 6th grade, I think I started to play the guitar and just like learned to play guitar on Metallica. And then as I got a little bit older, so now we're talking like 8th grade, 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
So not so much older, but older than 6th grade, right? I started to get more and more into hardcore punk by way of Christian hardcore. So back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there were a ton of like Christian hardcore bands. Mm-hmm. Tooth and Nail Records, I think that was the big one, and a bunch of other places. Mm-hmm. And we would drive to Amarillo for shows because none of these bands were big, right? They would just have to stop somewhere to get gas money by playing a show. And so eventually, I started to play more hardcore and metalcore and shit like that. And that pretty much stayed consistent for forever. If I had to describe like my favorite genre, it would probably be metalcore. Okay. And then there's some, smaller genres that I could talk about outside of that. But a lot of hardcore, a lot of metalcore. I used to listen to more rap than I do. A lot of it, honestly, is like hipster rap. Like Run the Jewels, or whatever else.
Aesop Rock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, Aesop Rock.
Aesop Rock is a legend. I'm sorry, but yeah, it is.
Aesop Rocky.
Aesop Rocky's cool too. Yeah,
those beats are too good.
If ASAP and Aesop got together, that would.
Yeah. And then a little bit of jazz. I have a lot of respect for jazz. I mean, I don't think that I listen to everything, but I'll try anything out pretty much.
Awesome. So do you believe that musicians, especially like music artists of our day, could be categorized as modern day philosophers?
Musicians?
Like, yeah, especially lyricists or people like, I mean, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Honestly, probably not.
No. Okay.
Because I don't think that there's that many smart lyricists or musicians. And I think you have to be pretty insightful about culture or kind of how life works to like get at something really, really substantive. And I think they can say interesting stuff. I think they can say stuff that's important. But as far as like analyzing stuff, probably not. I think movies might move a little bit more in that direction.
Okay.
But if we're going to pick an art form that is like the most philosophical, I would probably say comedy. Stand-up comedy, even though there's a lot of bullshit in that art form, I think they get the closest to being philosophers, because just the attitude that you have to have whenever you're a comedian, you have to be kind of like cool emotionally, not all hot and intense. And you have to have some sort of observation where it's very clear that you've seen things in a way that other people haven't seen, but once you relay that to the audience, they can kind of get to know it. So I think like if we're picking an art form, probably something like comedy, probably stand-up comedy especially. And even though he's canceled, I would say like the most philosophical comedian for me, and not just someone who gets on stage and rants. So George Carlin, I'm not a huge fan of him, but like, whatever. It's because I don't really think he's that funny. I think he's more like a spoken word kind of guy. Same with a bunch of other people.
Who's the canceled one? I want to. Who is it you think is our modern day comedy philosopher? I want to hear
Louis
this.
C.K.
Louis. I agree. Louis C.K. is pretty solid.
Yeah,
Sucks. It sucks what happened, of course, but yeah, Louis is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, moral for the kids watching at home: don't whip your dick out and start masturbating.
Yes, please don't. Good beard. Thank you for the raid.
And if
right.
you do, fucking own it and try and make things better.
Yeah,
don't
just
issue
don't.
a tepid
Yeah.
apology in the New York Times.
All right, I have a couple rapid fires to just finish this up.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so favorite B horror movie of all time?
B horror movie.
You can say horror movie if you want. I just wanted to.
Well, I mean, so I love horror. So
Yeah.
like I could talk a lot about this, but you said rapid fire. Without a doubt, my favorite horror movie of all time is the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It's just so fucking good. Nancy is amazing. She's smart. There's lots of booby traps. The kills are amazing. You get like a young Johnny Depp in that film. The monster is cool, and Freddy Krueger hadn't become a complete gimmick by that point. But yeah, I definitely Nightmare on Elm Street, 1986.
Do you have a random talent that no one knows about, or little people know about? Can you juggle?
Talent.
I just want to find someone who can juggle, Eris. No one can
juggle.
God damn it! All right, we can move past it if you. I mean, unless you got something.
Nothing comes immediately to mind.
Right.
No.
We'll do. All right. Would you rather go to the beach or go mountain hiking?
Mountain hiking, for sure.
Have you ever skied?
Yes, a couple of times.
Bacon or sausage?
Ooh. I'm gonna go with bacon. I think bacon's a little more versatile when you're cooking, and you can put it on pretty much anything, and it doesn't need any spices. Like sausage it just has like a lot of different varieties, but bacon is I'm not like one of these bacon like go crazy people, but like it goes well on pizza and breakfast tacos and just pretty much fucking everything. Bacon is great.
While we're on breakfast, waffle or pancake?
That's a tough one, but probably waffle. I feel like the texture of the waffle is just so good. When you get the crispy bits, maybe you get a little bit soggy with the butter and the syrup. Waffles are, I think, to me, superior to pancakes. Unless it's the first pancake, if you're cooking it in butter,
yes,
and the first one is super crispy and
yes,
on one side,
yes,
that might beat a waffle. But the average waffle,
you actually like the first pancake?
I don't know, man. It's,
all right. Everyone always says all right. Anyway, I need to know, what is specifically your favorite cheese?
Ooh. Honestly, I don't know that I have one.
Like, all right, then what's the cheese you use the most?
I'll just use like I'm a pretty pedestrian kind of person. I'll just get like shredded like Mexican 4-cheese blend and put it in whatever.
That's exactly all right. Cool. So Mexican 4-cheese blend. I'll take that. Yep. And then last question, Eris. We are on the internet. Internet loves pets, and I have heard you have an awesome dog. Are they nearby? And can you show the dog? If not, I understand. Doggy could be asleep.
I think she's in the other room asleep.
All right, that's fine. I just want to let everyone know, Eris does have a very cute doggo. And
you can see that's like her little doggy bed in this room. But I think she's in the other room on my air mattress because I haven't gotten my shit from the movers yet.
That's fine, man. That's fine. I always ask if anyone can show the doggies.
She's way better than me, and I'm pretty sure that half of my viewers are there for her instead of me.
Well, dude, we went overtime, and that's fucking awesome. Eris, thank you so much for coming by.
Man, anytime. Awesome. I dig your stream. I think I first saw you in Floppy Jimmy's like text.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And then Nopales recommended your channel, And ever since she recommended you to me, I've been watching and just like, I love your shit. Like, you're a metalhead. You're a guy who doesn't take himself too seriously. You're still like very silly. I feel like you have wholesome relationships with your family as well.
Very.
Yeah, I just appreciate it.
Dude, thank you so like I really anytime I've gotten to stop by your stream, it's always awesome. Eris, if any of you imbecilic, go fucking follow him and ask all these questions you're asking. Anybody here, go ask him anything about anything. Eris is just one of the just coolest people to talk to. I've seen one of the coolest on like especially on Twitch. Like he will answer fucking anything you ask him for the most part. So we got a shout out coming for you, Eris. You got any last words? You got anything you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug real quick? Or just do you want to say bye?
No, nothing too much that I want to plug. Just keep trying to get better and just love one another. I mean, I think that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good night, and we will be right back, everyone. I'm gonna do a be right back, and we'll have the bar right after this.
What if it is like a pet? You know, a cat has sentience. You fuck someone's cat, that's not just fucking someone's object. That is a type of assault. That is a type of abuse. So I don't think it's like I know you said no sentience, but like I could easily think of all of the abuse that would happen. Even if they aren't smart enough to understand what happened, it's not okay for them to do that. So that's right.